Blind Darkness and welcome to the Realm of Darkness. It's been a while since I've done one of these, like every single time I do one of these. And really, I have nothing to blame, other than school, procrastination, and my crippling addiction to Overwatch. However, none of those previously mentioned things would dare keep me away from the event I look forward to watching every year, E3. And now that E3's finished, I decided, fuck it. I'm overdue for a video and now I just feel like talking about E3 a lot. So instead of making multiple long-winded videos for every single event, I'm just going to turn the whole event into a top 5 list. Some ground rules though, these are only the press conferences that were shown at E3. Therefore Nintendo doesn't count because they didn't do anything like that, they just showed stuff off in the treehouse. Which, being honest, is not bad at all. They should have some pretty cool stuff out there, especially the new Legend of Zelda. I just don't necessarily think it would count because of just how vastly different it is from the other events. Also, getting footage for everything they'd show over a 2-day period would probably kill my internet. Sorry, Nintendo. And also, this should go without saying, this list is 100% my opinion. So now that all that's over with, let's get started. And of course at the bottom of this list is the obvious choice to be at the bottom of the list. Electronic Arts. Now look, right, I don't know if it's the possibility that EA is getting better or other companies are getting worse, but honestly the more I think about it, EA hates becoming a bit too overrated. This doesn't mean that I like them, cause I don't. I still think they're an asshole company, but their assholiness is becoming a lot more tamer as time goes on. This doesn't stop me from putting them dead last, however, because, to be honest, exactly where they belong. Their press conference really sucked. Ignoring the 20 to 30 minute segments that EA will mandatorily dedicate to fucking sports, EA's conference was the one with the least amount of interesting content in general. Not just because the games that were shown suck, but because nothing much was actually shown. Mostly because they spent a lot of time yapping their mouths about things nobody really cared about instead of just getting straight to the point. There were some truly interesting things there, however. Namely Titanfall 2, Mass Effect Andromeda, Faye, Iron? Whatever. And to top it all off, Battlefield 1. However, they only really went into detail on Titanfall 2 and their sports stuff. Everything else is just other stuff we've already seen before, concept art, empty promises, and more talking. Very little, if any, gameplay. This was always a problem I had with not just EA, but with previous E3 presentations as well. People just don't know when to shut up. I would have probably had a much more engaging experience if more time was spent showing me the things they had to offer in action, rather than having it described to me. People have known about the new Mass Effect for a while, and I'm certain a lot of people were hyped to see how it would turn out. But no, we didn't get much of anything there. They pretty much dropped a huge bomb on us saying that there's gonna be a lot more cool Star Wars related shit coming out in the future. Did we get to see any of it? No. Of course not. We need that information. Battlefield 1's the game that we knew about for a while and we're pretty hyped for, so obviously the smart decision would be to nope, literally the same fucking trailer that we've seen like 5 times already, but with like 2 added scenes. That's great. Perfect. 10 out of 10. At least they were kind enough to give us the director's cut this time. I understand having to talk for a while about the things that are being presented, especially for things that you can't really show. I mean, fuck, it's a conference, so it makes sense, but talking should never be the majority of the conference. That just bores people. And even if you have to talk, there are ways to do it that won't leave Twitch chat spamming Resident Sleeper. Fuck, I even think the sports segment would have been better if it didn't mostly consist of fucking Alex Hunter and some other dude saying how we'd live in a real football world or some shit like that. What the hell does that even mean? Despite all this, there were some interesting things being said, such as the fact that they're going to try and support their more competitive audience. And I do think they did better than last year, but it's not really saying much now, is it? Maybe next year? Who am I kidding? EA sucks. I kinda feel bad for Bethesda being this low because, to be honest, they were kind of at a disadvantage. When you compare Bethesda to literally everybody else on this list, they're a pretty small company. And by default, they wouldn't really have that much to show in comparison. And even if that weren't true, whatever they did show probably wouldn't be able to stack up to last year, because last year was their first year, and they just tossed us Fallout 4. That kind of shit only serves to bring high expectations that I don't think you can live up to consistently. And I will take that into account when I made this list, but to be honest, whether or not I did wouldn't really have changed anything. What they did show, however, was pretty cool, and unlike EA, they actually showed it. Starting off the show immediately with a gameplay trailer for the new Quake game. Did not expect that, by the way. Don't think many people did. But if that game's gonna be anything like Doom, then I'm pretty sure they have a lot of people sold. It's also apparently a hero shooter now, which to be honest I don't mind because I feel that Overwatch needs a little bit more competition than Paladins and Battleborn. Feel sorry for Battleborn. Other cool new stuff they showed off includes the Elder Scrolls Legends, which is pretty much just Hearthstone, a new psychological thriller that looks pretty cool called Prey, which is weird because Prey already exists and it's completely different from whatever the fuck this shit is. A whole bunch of VR stuff, which I think is really cool, but I will never afford. And then Dishonored 2, which I talked about a lot. Not that that's a bad thing because Dishonored sucks or anything. In fact, after watching all that, I'm probably gonna head over to Steam to pick up the first one. It's just that all the time spent on Dishonored 2 only served to highlight the main problem with their presentation. They didn't have a lot of new shit. Besides the things I listed, everything else was just stuff we've already seen, stuff we already knew about, or expansions to stuff we already have. And a lot of self-service. Hey, yeah, remember how great last year was? Yeah, it was pretty great. Released some great games, everyone loved it. You remember that, right? Hey, look at all these awards we got. You know, for the cool games you already released. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool if you ask me. Yeah. I'm sure everybody appreciates being able to build more things in Fallout 4 and Doom, and I'm really sure people appreciate the massive changes coming to the Elder Scrolls Online, but I can't help but feel that this presentation was, I don't know, missing something? It was so good though, definitely better than EA, and the only reason why it's so low is because, well, they got outplayed given their disadvantage. Oh well. But hey, at least you got a Skyrim remaster. Oh. I should probably preface this by saying that I don't like Microsoft. I never bought any of their consoles, mostly because, well, I don't need to own every single console to exist, and none of their exclusives excite me enough to warrant a purchase. On top of that, I think they just make a lot of stupid business decisions. Because of this, among other things...
TV experience. TV. TV and movies. TV. Xbox. Watch TV. 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 TV.
Microsoft conferences have a history of consistently disappointing me. However, I'm glad to say that wasn't necessarily the case this time. There were a good chunk of cool stuff being shown, such as Gears of War 4, which, to be honest, was the same as ever, but still fun. And new Forza, which, to be honest, really served to remind me of ATV Off-Road Fury. Gwent's apparently getting its own fucking game, which is amusing in my opinion. Dead Rising 4 is happening. Halo Wars 2, Sea of Memes, Thieves, and the one I was most looking forward to, Scalebound, because I didn't get any news on it last year, and to be honest, I was actually disappointed. Out of all that was shown, though, definitely the most important thing was that the Xbox One was not only getting a new slimmer model, essentially turning it from a VCR into a DVD player, but that Microsoft is also getting another console entirely, nicknamed Project Scorpio. It's apparently supposed to be really powerful and be able to run 4K graphics, which is useless, but again, I digress. However, something that doesn't really change my opinion of the conference itself, but should be said because it was a big part of it, is that everything that Microsoft has announced is coming to the Xbox One is also coming to the PC via Windows 10 Store. For a lot of people, this is a great step forward because it discourages the segregation of gamers and encourages crossplay. For others, however, this is a big red flag, because now why would you even need to buy or keep your Xbox when you could literally just get all the games you want for them on your PC? That is, if it can even work on PC, thanks Windows Store. If you want my opinion, this seems like a very self-destructive move, but only time will tell. Besides, at least for us, the pros heavily outweigh the cons. Being able to play your Xbox, pause and then open your laptop or something and continue? Yeah, that seems like a good idea. All in all, it was pretty good. Am I gonna get everything or even one of the things they showed? I don't know, probably not, because I don't have an Xbox. They can't get the Windows Store to work on my fucking computer. But I appreciate the stuff they did show to us anyway, because just because I'm not going to buy it or like it doesn't mean that anyone else won't. But in an incredibly hypocritical fashion, I still feel the main thing that kept it back from being anything amazing was the amount of time they spent on things we've already seen, or nobody really cares about that much anyway. Like, they showed the same Battlefield 1 trailer that EA did and expanded nothing upon it other than the fact that it's a timed exclusive now. And the trailer EA used was already released a couple weeks before E3 anyway, so fuck. Also, we get it, Microsoft, you own Minecraft. You have to talk about Minecraft, but you always have to spend that long on it. It's a game where block people use blocks to make block things. What the hell could you possibly have to talk about that would make it such a big oh my god it's in VR now? How the hell does that even work? Ubisoft is a company that is swiftly becoming infamous for doing a lot of stupid things. Stealing out once great franchises by releasing them every year and then having them be consistently worse, releasing games without them either being finished or just flat out broken, and more relevantly, showcasing awesome looking and promising titles at E3 and then downgrading their retail equivalent by a significant amount. This is for almost every single game shown. So with all this being true, you'd probably be wondering why Ubisoft is this high on the list. Well, it's because I'm judging the press conference itself and not just the company. And if I'm being completely honest with myself, I really enjoyed Ubisoft's press conference. Let me explain. When I watch these things, I'm obviously coming for the games, but I also like to be entertained. Nobody wants to sit down for an hour and be bored. Usually this isn't a problem because E3 press conferences bring the hype along with it, but the more E3s you sit through, the less hype the event gets and the less people should bank on it. So what does Ubisoft do to keep everyone entertained? They throw a fucking dance party with people in animal costumes at the beginning of the fucking show. To promote Just Dance 17. Wow. I mean, got me interested now. Didn't expect this shit. Something I think Ubisoft has realized is that gamers don't really care too much about the specifics. And because of their reputation, we're probably not gonna take them very seriously anyway. So I decided, fuck it. We're not gonna take us that seriously either. This led to a lot of what the fuck moments, laughs, and cringe. And I mean a lot of cringe. Aside from all this, what did they actually show? Well, they went to Ghost Recon, which surprisingly seems to have little reconnaissance of ghosts. Then they show more of For Honor, which looks great. Knights, Samurais, or Vikings. Pick one, go to war. It's like Dynasty Warriors, except it takes actual skill to play. Also, bonus points for this segment marking the return of the legendary Kane guy. Never thought I'd actually be interested in hearing anyone narrate anything. They also had Star Trek VR, which I didn't even think was a thing that could happen. Grow Up, which is a sequel to Grow Home. Expansion on stuff for Trials, expansion on stuff for The Division. And Steep, which... actually no, Steep sucks. However, the best part of the whole thing for me was a tie between two games. The first one I'll mention is Watch Dogs 2. What? Okay, I know Watch Dogs has a pretty solid reputation for being shit. Trust me, it is. But I always thought the concept behind Watch Dogs was really cool. The idea of being able to just tap into all sorts of electronics, shut them down, start them up, and pretty much force them to do whatever you want just by swiping a couple times on your phone, that shit is awesome. It was just terribly executed. But from what was shown off with Watch Dogs 2, it looks much better. The graphics don't look good enough to downgrade, and the actual gameplay and characters in the world just looks fun. And fun was something that the original game sorely lacked. And the best part about it for me was that there's no goddamn Aiden Pierce this time. My knees. Aiden, I swear to God. The other signal of confidence that I love started off with the trailer for this bleak, boring, brown, old fucking typical shooter type game, and then all of a sudden South Park happened. Fuck yes. Similarly to Bethesda, they then proceed to talk a lot about South Park. And I mean a lot. But unlike Bethesda, it didn't feel like they were just doing it because they lacked things to talk about. They even got Matt Stone and Trey Parker to talk about some of the events of the game themselves, and those guys are just awesome. The new game is supposed to be a direct sequel to Stick of Truth, starring the same character that you had previously made, but with improvements to the turn-based combat system and a plot that's basically just a parody of Civil War. And while this is all hype and stuff, I have to say I think the best part about all of it is the name. South Park, the fractured but whole. Yeah, the fractured butthole. Fucking brilliant. 10 out of 10. Of course, it still has stupid things like the long periods of time that guest stars will talk about nothing important, or the info on the Assassin's Creed movie coming out, and the Watch Dogs movie that's gonna fall. Damn, what the fucking? Or the gameplay presentations where they have a team of people who are obviously not gamers pretending to be gamers. FYI, Ubisoft, nobody fucking says tango. What the fuck does that even mean? But overall, Ubisoft, solid conference. Probably only helped that I had low expectations going in anyway though. Also, somebody hire Kane guy. Like, please. If he hasn't already, he needs to be in movies or some shit. And if he is in movies, can someone please direct me to the nearest one with him in it? Great talent, truly appreciated. Oh my fucking god, God of War 4, holy shit! Oh my fucking god, what is this fucking game? So many zombies. Oh my fucking god, Last Guardian looks amazing! Holy shit, Horizon Zero, oh my god. Resident Evil is scary again? Oh god, it's Hideo Kojima. There's no fucking way that game is COD. Oh my god, that fucking game is COD, holy shit! Oh god. Fucking yes! My childhood. Returning in HD! Ah! Right then. I mean, I don't even know what else to say about this. Sony just walked in, took the show in its hands, laminated it, put it in a safe. The show was theirs, they owned it. I was pretty happy with everything that was shown in E3 by all the other publishers. Everyone had some interesting stuff to show, and it felt like people were finally learning to show more and tell less. But Sony, however, Sony basically said, you know what, fuck telling altogether. Here, have some games. Now have some more games. Now have some virtual reality games. Now however the fuck this shit is. They must have said a total of like 10 sentences that entire conference. It's hardly even a conference. This is how you present to gamers at a gaming expo. I think I literally ran out of breath screaming at the top of my lungs at the Crash Remastered. Sony's conference just blew everything out of the water. I will never understand how Sony can consistently bring all their cards to the table, win the game, and then proceed to flip the entire goddamn table. You know you succeeded when the meme floodgates just burst open on the internet, with Sony smashing Microsoft's head in Attack on Titan fashion, and Norman Reedus with his Norman fetus. Anyway guys, this has been Dorknut the Second. If there's anything I learned from E3 this year, is that I'm going broke soon. Hey guys, I'm Dorknut the Second. John's not here right now. Actually don't know where he is. I'm sure he'll turn up sometime soon though. I hope. In any case, just here at the end screen to let you know that I now have a new microphone. It's called the Blue Snowball. From Blue, I guess. Not sponsored, obviously. Just wanted to let you know because if you see my last couple of videos, you might have picked up on the fact that I don't sound like shit anymore. So anyway, if you like this change, let me know. And as usual, I'd like to thank you all for joining me in the realm of darkness. Do the whole YouTube shit, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. We were seeing a rich cod before.
Is this Crash? Is this Crash?
Crash Bandicoot?
It's Crash!
Wait, no, don't say it.
No!
Don't!
Oh!
Mike! Mike, where the fuck are you? Mike, I know you're in here! You non-believing asshole! Where the fuck are you?
Mike!
I know you're in here! You liar! Yes!
This shit, dog.
Take all of my money! All